Hello and welcome to my patch 5.4 Druid changes video. Now, as always with my changes videos, I'm going to talk about the sort of general design philosophy stuff that Ghostcrawler went over earlier, and then I'm going to display all of the different patch notes. The reason I'm doing this is because the patch notes can change and there's really no point in commentating it because there's not much I can add that's interesting. So yeah, let's jump into it. Now, this is the design change stuff. So, they have buffed Guardian spec stamina outright because they felt like the spec needed it. It's because druids have less reliable damage reduction, which really isn't a problem in itself, but they do need a larger health pool to compensate it. So that's what they've done, that's pretty good. Now for feral druids, they've reverted an earlier nerf to Cyclone's cooldown, but they have also removed Cyclone from predatory swiftness. Don't know really how much that means, like how much that changes the class, but hey, they're reverting a nerf, so it's probably nice. They've also felt like this ability had become a PvP problem and that it was too unpredictable to counter. So there's really the explanation for that change. They've also lowered the PvP duration of Fiery Fire to make it less of a hard counter to stealth players, and they've changed Innervate to scale with Spirit so that it scales up with gear better. They've also made a few changes to the Restoration Healing Toolkit. The change to Effervescence was an attempt to get Swiftmen back to its original stance of being a potent single target heal. They've also made some changes slowly by having 5.4 Effervescence glyphs move the ground heal from Swiftmen to Wild Mushrooms, and they've also further tweaked Wild Mushrooms for restoration by limiting it to a single mushroom. So there you go. Healing is not something I play, so I can't massively talk into the resto changes, so I'm really just going to read them off. Yeah, unfortunate, I can't play every spec in class. They're also going to reduce the damage reduction of Moonkin form. This is to bring it in line with quite a lot of other specs, for example Shadow Priests, Hunters, and really it's just because they felt like having this amount of passive damage reduction, it was just hurting the game and it was hurting balance, and that's never a good thing, so I suppose fair enough, at least it's in line with everyone else. Now there was also some changes to Druid talents. This was because there was a lot of situations where a certain spec would only really use one talent, and that's a bit of a problem and it goes against the general design idea of the new talent system. So the affected talents were Dream of Cinaris, Force of Nature, Nature's Vigil, and Soul of the Forest. They've changed Nature's Swiftness to be a core restoration ability because they felt like the healers were too dependent on it, and they've replaced it with a new passive talent called Ysera's Gift. So that's really it. There's lots of things going on, a nice buff to Guardian spec, lots of changes to Restoration, which I cannot massively talk about, and some PvP tweaks to Feral. As far as glyphs, as far as glyphs go and talents, they are trying to sort of balance out how balanced the different talents are in each tier, so that you're hopefully, if this plays out right, you're going to have more interesting choices with all your different tiers. Now, let's get into the actual patch notes. I'm not going to commentate over them because, frankly, that would send you all to sleep. So yeah, just enjoy the rest of the video, enjoy the music. You can use the bar to the left to browse between all the different screenshots of the talent page. And that's it, so enjoy the video and do let me know in the comments what you think of the class changes. I'd love to hear. Anyway, see you later.